All around the world, support for Captain Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso grows daily, from the islands to London. From Jamaica to South Africa. From France to Kenya. Passing through China, Russia, and the streets of New York, people are expressing their love and unwavering support for Burkina Faso's visionary leader. Have you ever heard of a leader so deeply loved by his people that when he announces his decision to step down and hold general elections, they don't celebrate? Instead, they protest not against him, but to beg him to stay in power for life. His name is Ibrahim Traore. Despite harsh criticism from American generals and multiple assassination attempts, he still stands tall, unapologetic, unshaken, fighting for not just his country, but for Africa, against imperialism, against ruthless exploitation of Africa's resources.
They enjoy saying it every year in their economic surveys. Burkina Faso is the poorest country, Mali is the poorest country, Niger is the poorest country. We are ranked among the last. Very well, if we are as poor as they say, but when the time came to take responsibility, we asked these masters to leave. Why don't they want to leave?
Half of the gold, processed around the world, is extracted from Africa, and a third of that amount is from Burkina Faso. Despite gaining independence from the French on August 5, 1960 as Upper Volta, now Burkina Faso, their gold remained exported for processing by the French, who masterminded the overthrow of any leader seeking to reverse this exploitative dominance. The most notable being Thomas Sankara, who refused the post of Prime Minister in 1982 because he felt he could be part of a government which worked with foreign governments at the detriment of his people.
L'impérialisme, il est là-bas, en train d'écraser les peuples arabes, c'est le sionisme. L'impérialisme est partout. Et à travers sa culture qu'il répand, à travers ses fausses informations, il nous amène à penser comme lui. Il nous amène à nous soumettre à lui, à le suivre dans toutes ses manœuvres. De grâce, il faut que nous barrions la route à cet impérialisme.
He then proceeded with a coup in 1983, only to be assassinated by his closest friend, Blaise Compaoré, who was backed by the French in order to re-establish their control on the country's resources. On January 31st, 2022, Lieutenant Colonel Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba ousted then President Christian Kabore. But just 8 months later, he was in turn overthrown by his colleague, Captain Ibrahim Traore, who felt Damiba was heading the country in the wrong direction. The entire world thought Burkina Faso had entered a dark moment of its history. No one would think Captain Ibrahim Traore would be the new champion of Africa. Free medical care for children and pregnant women, thousands of rice milling machines, fertilizers, tomato paste manufacturing factories, railways, roads, airport, and the list goes on. It is difficult to imagine that Ibrahim Traore has only been in power for 2 years. Burkina Faso, once known for exporting its raw gold abroad, now processes nearly all of it locally. In 2024, Ibrahim Traore passed a law making local gold processing mandatory before any exportation can take place. $450 million from natural resource revenue has been invested in Air Burkina. This has led to the acquisition of new planes for domestic and international travel, modernization of major airports, and training of Burkinabe pilots, creating over 5,000 jobs in the aviation sector. Captain Traore launched a $4 billion nuclear power project aimed at making Burkina Faso fully energy independent. Programs have also been created to train local engineers in nuclear and solar energy technologies. To reduce dependency on cotton and rice imports, 2 cotton factories have been built for large-scale local production. In addition, rice mills, sorting machines, seeds, fertilizers, and farming tools have been distributed free of charge to farmers. This initiative has significantly increased agricultural output and created thousands of jobs. In a historic move, Burkina Faso has launched its first national space program. The year 2030 has been set as the target date for launching the country's first satellite, with the aim of achieving autonomous data collection for research and national security. A new state university focused on modern technology is also under construction. Despite these remarkable strides, it would be naive to believe that colonial powers will easily relinquish control, especially just because they've been asked to leave. There have been several attempts on Traore's life, but these are a few that will leave you feeling like you just watched a spy movie. In January 2023, during the African Cup of Nations, just months after Captain Ibrahim Traore became the leader of Burkina Faso, a plot was set in motion against him. Unidentified individuals attempted to secretly infiltrate Traore's residence. They aimed to take advantage of the distraction provided by the football tournament, the most popular sport in Africa. Their goal was to plant a bomb intended to assassinate Captain Traore upon his return home. The plan failed. Traore's security team remained alert and successfully intercepted the plot before it could be carried out. Do you remember the person Traore ousted? Yes, Lieutenant Colonel Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba. He was the mastermind of an attempted counter-coup in September 2023. With support from former Minister Bassel and Lieutenant Colonel Ever, Damiba planned to recruit mercenaries and seize the presidential palace. As the militants advanced toward the palace, they were intercepted and neutralized by Traore's forces. Captain Ibrahim Traore's life was allegedly valued at $5 million. A few months ago, unidentified individuals approached members of Traore's security team with a $5 million offer to assassinate him, echoing the method used in the killing of Thomas Sankara. Feigning agreement, Traore's men accepted the money, giving the conspirators a false sense of success. In reality, they had informed Traore and were acting on his orders. The money was eventually presented to Traore as evidence. Some plotters were captured, while others escaped to neighboring countries like Ivory Coast and Togo.
Apparently one of the poorest countries in the world, according to their reports, is too rich to be left alone. Why won't they leave him alone? Why won't they leave us alone?
We asked these masters to leave. Why don't they want to leave?